Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened with the last stream, but it won't matter. Nothing happened, so it'll just be deleted. I just gotta reshare this link here. It's been a long time since a stream did one of my streams like cut off just like that. I had one from the pay-per-view that the game froze, but this time though we will definitely be starting things off the bat here. Alright. Alright, let's get this show on the road here. Alright. Opening things up here, we got ourselves first. I didn't set things up first time around like I usually do. What was his ref again? Let me see. Tommy Young. Alright, opening match. According to the little booking thing here, we have the show opening up with the announcer running down the card, including the main event, which will be an SWA championship match, and we'll get there. More will be talked about in a bit. The opening match is going to be Benoit versus Owen Hart. Alright, see how it goes here. In addition, I do plan on streaming again today, later today. Time we'll have to see, but it's going to be the first ever episode of TBF, which is another of Hank the Tank's promotions under that as a companion for SWA. You'll probably see some of those SWA wrestlers in that TBF as well. As for the booking of the show, we'll go over it as we go through the show. Let me make sure my volume's right. Yep, it is. Big chop there. Man. Both these guys in their primes, man, what a match that would have been.
Give up. Give up.
Back suplex there. Oh, counter with another back.
Fight.
Back to round 2 with a gut wrench suplex. Goes for a sharpshooter. Interesting.
Give up. Give up.
Right into a sharpshooter.
Give up. Give up.
DDT. Oh, wild bomb.
Break.
Northern Lights.
Break.
Ran into that sharpshooter again. Trying to really make him tap here.
Give up. Yeah.
Oh, Germans.
Yeah. Break.
Rope saves him. Oh, crossface counter.
Break.
Grabs the ropes though. All that. Sit out pile driver.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Inverted
6.
pile driver is its traditional name. I like to call it the career ender because it has a history of just ruining people's careers. Backbreaker. Headed to the third round.
Fight. One, two.
Ooh. Counter.
One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Got 6 count there. Backbreaker. Owen's really dazed here.
Yeah.
Oh, Dragon Suplex with the bridge.
2, 3.
Oh, look at that. Benoit gets the win. $76 there. Not bad opener. Alright, next match is an SWA TV title match with the champion Bundy with Heenan at ringside going against Dan Severn. Before the title match, Bobby Heenan was once again relentlessly mocking Shelton Benjamin's current injury that he suffered last season. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see how it goes.
Fight!
Oh. Oh, missed a grapple.
Give up?
Long way. Oh, that's great. I should have that on a t-shirt. Inverted pile driver the long way. Oh my god. But yeah, that pile driver, I don't know why Owen was always insistent on using that pile driver. Like, I mean, after the whole thing with Steve Austin, you'd think he would never do it again, but he did do it again. But here's the thing, like,
Give up? Give up?
yeah. In that pile, it's a weird thing, because in this game, it's the default name, I think, is the inverted pile driver. That's what it's called. But it's also called, like, a belly-to-belly pile driver. But
Give up?
sometimes it's confused for the Greetings from Ashbury Park, which it is similar, but it's not the same, because the Greetings from Ashbury Park, you're holding them kind of on your shoulder, and it's kind of still stomach to stomach, but they're higher up on you. It's like kind of a shoulder pile driver, like the Rikishi driver. But the inverted pile driver, it's the same setup as a regular pile driver, only you're holding them like belly to belly, and you're pretty much dropping them like you kind of on their head. The idea is, I don't think is to, but it kind of ends up being like that anyway. I don't think you really see it done anymore. Yeah, it's a jump to the ass. Yeah, exactly.
Give up?
But like I said, I typically also call it personally the career ender. Because anytime it's used, it always seems to affect people's careers. I will say, like... Oh no, period. Like, some moves get called drivers, like a Death Valley driver or Tiger driver, but in terms of like a traditional pile driver, no. Like, if they ever do break a pile driver out, it's... Yeah, Canadian Destroyers, yeah. I think Canadian Destroyers get a pass because I think because of the way it gets moved and sold isn't like a traditional pile driver. I don't know. But it's like I said, some pile drivers kind of get the pass like Canadian, but for a long time the tombstone was still allowed because Taker and Kane just drop on their knees. Like, the guy doesn't get hit in the head at all. So they made passes for the tombstone pile driver.
Give up.
Yeah. And here's the biggest thing about it too. Oh, look at that, Severn getting dirty. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, every once in a blue moon, they may break out a pile driver just to, like, add some heat. Like when Punk pile drove Cena years ago. That was a big moment there.
Give up.
Nice. Oh, he ain't causing a distraction. Yeah, that'd be interesting to see when was the last time a pile driver happened in WWE. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they start bringing back more pile driver-like moves. But I think W's decision not to have pile drivers really happen for safety. I don't think that's going to change under Triple H, and I get it. I mean, pile drivers are kind of a basic wrestling move at this point. And you can do pile drivers and everything could be fine. Oh, Severn's done. Bundy retains. Wow. But I get why they don't do the pile driver. And I think it's fine. And to be honest, there's so many other wrestling moves. You can get by. You can have some cut out and still be okay. I mean, granted, the pile driver is a big category of moves. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I will say this, though, about WWE's stances on pile drivers. If they ever do have a wrestler do a pile driver on somebody, it'll be a pretty big fucking deal. Even a basic Texas pile driver, like the 101 pile driver, like, it'd be a big freaking deal. But with AEW, though, it's like, I mean, granted, pretty much every single promotion outside of WWE is fine with pile drivers. So you can do a pile driver and everything will be fine. I just think that WWE just decided that, you know what, we're just not gonna do it. Just because of safety, because they had one too many instances of a guy taking a variation of a pile driver and it just fucks everyone up. Oh, there you are, Hank. Chat blended in, yeah. Yeah, you never know. Who knows? Maybe Triple H will be like, you know what? We could do a pile driver every once in a blue moon. I mean, it's hard to say. The next match up here. Let's see, after this match, as Rigo comes out for the next match, he comes to the commentary station and starts berating SWA and the fans of SWA. Then Backlund comes on and defends the promotion, the fans, even if they don't always like him. So next match is Rigo versus Backlund. Backlund's the current GSW Tap Out champion here. Alright, let's see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, personally, I'd be okay with them not doing pile drivers in WWE if that's their choice, because for one, I mean, if you're going from a fantasy aspect, you can still give guys pile drivers in video games. So it's not like it's completely cut out. Like, there is an awareness, like, yeah, pile drivers are kind of important moves to have and stuff. I just think that after the Stone Cold thing with the pile driver and all that, that's what really set it in motion is when it happened to Stone Cold. I feel like, and just over time, I just think it slowly started getting phased out, and it just got to a point where it's just like, you know what, let's just not do the move anymore. Like, what's the point? You know? Especially with the whole thing with Benoit. I think Benoit sealed the deal, though, with the CT stuff going on around that time. I think from Stone Cold to the CT Benoit fiasco when that happened, I think they just came to the conclusion, you know what, there's plenty to do with that. We don't really need to do pile drivers. And to be honest, I think that's perfectly fine, in all honesty. Now, granted, I do think there are pile driver variations they could do and it'd be okay. But I get not doing something like a standard text pile driver or a jumping pile driver or something like that. Yeah, draws for sure. No, it was like, yeah, definitely a conscious risk. Yeah, because it was a box power bomb. Man, that was unfortunate because, man, talk about one of the biggest what ifs in wrestling. Man, he didn't barely got a chance to really do a lot before he got hurt. He never even held a title or anything. I don't know if he was even involved in a lot of... I think he was in a stable with like Albert and somebody. I forgot. But yeah, AEW though, they abuse a lot of moves. LOD. Oh yeah, LOD. He was in that too. I forgot about that. Yeah, I think so too. Something like that. But yeah, I mean, oh, Regal Cutter.
One.
But the way I feel about it is, like, New Japan does pile drivers, AEW does pile drivers. Everyone seems to be okay. If they could find a way to do pile drivers without people really getting hurt, then I think it's fine. I don't have a problem with it, of course, but I think if a promotion's like, you know what, we're just not going to do those moves, I don't think that should really affect anything. I think you can still do wrestling in general and not have to be like a move fest where it's just constant spots like AEW's guilty of doing. Maybe. He might have been. Yes, exactly. That's the biggest thing. And yeah, exactly. Because the way I see it is in the flip side coin, there's probably a good reason why all the other promotions do pile drivers fine. It's because, you know, it doesn't really hurt the wrestlers that badly. I just think WWE just wanted to save some face and wanted to play it safe. And I don't think they really had a reason to turn back from that, because wrestlers, for better or worse, because some of the moves some wrestlers create or make as their finishers, I just kind of roll my eyes at, because it's just so, they're just nothing. Like, sometimes wrestlers would just cave and just make a DDT as their finisher or something like that. Sometimes, just because some of these finishing moves are just so redundantly just stupid.
1, 2.
Oh yeah,
3.
Definitely that. I am fine with them not doing chair shots to the head, because, and here's the thing, in all honesty, knee trembler.
1, 2.
Because in all honesty, I feel like that taking a chair shot to the stomach or a bag is probably a lot easier, more common to do than aiming straight at the head. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the exact like decision-making process, and again, who knows? Like Triple H could be putting in like may allow pile drivers to be used. I don't know, but oh yeah, it was relentless, and then, but I don't know. In all honesty, if they do bring back pile drivers, I do think that they should be like, if they're afraid of using like the standard pile driver, then kind of experiment a little bit. Find like variations, or maybe find different ways of doing them. Like, that could be safer if they're afraid of the safety thing. It's just, but I don't think it's a big deal, but I think it would be cool to see them start doing. Oh, he just stole a pile driver. That's fun. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think overall, despite all that, I still think WWE still does a good job with stuff in terms of move variety. Although I will say though, I am starting to notice a little bit, they seem to be kind of, it feels like some wrestlers just like to spam finishing moves non-stop on guys sometimes. And it's like, I'm just like, come on, I know you can do other moves than the finisher. I mean, come on. Like, I just saw like McIntyre do like 7 or 8 claymores in the Rollins match. That match was still a good match, but I'm just trying to like, come on, you could do other. You could have put in like a spine buster jackknife move or Northern Lights there or there. You didn't have to do like 8 claymores. I will say this: there are some for some wrestlers, they kind of have 2 kinds of finishing moves. They have the finishing moves they can hit a lot very quickly, and it could finish a match, but it can also set up other stuff too. It's kind of like a utility move. And then they have the big moves. Like a good example would be like Kenny Omega. Like the V trigger is a move he can hit a lot of. It could finish a match, it could set something up, and it can still be viable. Oh, no. And then he has the big move, which is the one-winged angel. Yeah, I'm all for, like, changing things up. Like, I think starting a match off with a finisher can be 99 with a headlock takedown. Jeez. Crazy. But yeah, I'm okay with them doing that. It's just I'm more thinking about like, or even using a finisher a lot of times in a match. It's just, I don't know. I just think that headlock takedown must have been a really devastating. Must have put a little bit of a chin lock in there. Alright, next match. Alright, after that match, one of the main eventers, Charlie Haas, is shown in the highlights featured in his wins versus Angle and his win over Zack Sabre. Alright, next match, we got Bockwinkel and Richards. Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm okay with multiple wrestlers using the same moves like spears, super kicks, DDTs, if they're as long as if they're treated as devastating moves that could finish matches or like signatures or finishers. But having one guy have a super kick as his finisher and have other guys treat it as a transition move in the same promotion, just it doesn't make the move look good. And look, I don't mind wrestlers sharing moves. I just wish that I just think that if they're gonna have wrestlers share moves, like, one, they should be treated as big moves across the board. And 2, if they can find ways to do the moves a little differently, like a Bobby Lashley spear is a little different than a Braun Breaker spear. Just stuff like that, I think makes a difference. Face level. No, I still think yeah, I think so too. I think also you got to find a way to use it. If you're gonna have a wrestler use a move, I think you also have to make it sense. Like like a former football player using a spear makes sense because they're a football player. Like it adds to their character. Like stuff like that, I think it helps too. And like for example, like Roman Reigns using a spear, I could actually make sense because he did play football. So it's easy thing to forget, but he did do that. So a spear for Roman Reigns, I think, makes sense. But yeah, too many people use the spear. I think, like I said, I think there should, like, or like, for example, Jey Uso using a spear. I get why he uses the spear, because it's a kind of a knock at Roman a little bit, but he really shouldn't be using the spear. Okay, there's so many other wrestling moves he could use, and he uses the spear. I mean, come on. I mean, super kicks, splashes, spears. I mean, this is like 101 move stuff. Like, that's stuff you learn on like day 8 in wrestling or something like that. I don't know. Alright, what was it? I lost track of myself. Richardson Bockwinkel. Okay. Yeah. I personally, I would prefer it if, Thanks, Sunday. I don't know. I've never gone to wrestling school. I would like to, though, in all honesty, just to kind of give it, like, a fair shake. I don't think I would do good in it. Because I'm not old at all, but I'm not exactly 100% in shape either. I don't think I would be... I don't know how good I'd cut it. It's more of a money thing, because it is kind of expensive. At least for me. But, yeah, because I do know the first thing they teach you in wrestling school is how to bump. Because knowing how to bump, I think, is essential for, like, safety and stuff. It's like the biggest baseline for wrestling is knowing how to bump.
Fight!
But yeah, I think it just depends. Like I said, I don't mind wrestlers sharing different moves, but they have to be, I think they should be treated across roughly the same level, and I think it has to make sense for the wrestlers to use those moves in a character perspective. But, I don't know. I mean, because if you look on the WWE roster right now, like, who exactly uses the spear? You got Bobby Lashley, Roman Reigns, and Braun Breaker. I mean, Jay you could count, I guess. So that's about 3 to 4 guys. Now, Reigns, that makes sense. Lashley, I don't know if Lashley played football. I mean, you could rule the spear out for Lashley, but he's been using that move for so long, he's kind of grandfathered in with it. But there's other moves in his arsenal that I like seeing him use over the spear, like the Hurt Locker. That's always fun to see him use the Hurt Locker. Braun Breaker, you know what? I hate. I'm very conflicted with this because on one hand, out of the 3 guys, he probably does my favorite spear. His spear is probably the closest to a Goldberg spear that you're gonna see. But he does so many other moves, and he does them so well. I mean, he's a Steiner. I mean, there's so much good shit he can use as a finishing move, and he goes with the spear. It just feels so kind of, like, lazy. You know, it's kind of like Edge a little bit. Like, Edge has his elective moveset and his finishing moves like a spear. I mean, it makes sense for Edge, because he's kind of a daredevil, and he had big moments with the move. It makes sense for that to be his finishing move. But man, with all those other moves in his arsenal, it's like, it's so weird. I would like to see him start using other moves. Like, he used to do a Gorilla Press Power Slam as a finishing move. That was sweet. He did the recliner, too. I mean, I think that's a good move to use. He has other moves in his arsenal. I mean, there's so much you could do, but
2, 3,
I don't know.
4.
Like I said, I think out of everybody, because Roman Reigns is going to be gone, so it's really going to be Breakker and Lashley who are going to be the main users of the spear. I mean, Jay probably will, but that kind of gets an asterisk because it just doesn't feel like a genuine... Because he's only started using it when he was really, really getting into Roman's face, and once that got over, he still uses it, and I'm just like, I kind of want to see you use other moves,
4.
like, because just super kicks and splashes doesn't do it for me. Now, yeah, and he does that well. I mean, if you're with a guy that, I don't know, I think if Jay's unable to learn other moves than what he has right now, I think they might be in trouble, because he's a big baby face for them, and if they're gonna like propel him higher up other than just one of the crowd babyface guys, like a title holder and singles action and stuff, they're gonna have to be careful with how they pair him up, because if they're gonna have Jimmy and Jay face off again, they're gonna have to get more creative, because just super kicks and splashes
1,
is not gonna cut
2.
it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You know what? Him and Jay have an interesting relationship, because they did this weird thing when they had to win the Undisputed Tag titles for like, what, a week, and then they dropped them back to the Judgment Day. I mean, that was so weird. Like, why the fuck would you give them those titles? You know, I don't really think that was a good decision, because first of all, Jay had enough time with those titles, and it didn't really lead to anything. So, yeah, but I think those two do have some good, like, chemistry with each other. Like, they both kind of have, like, this yin-yang personalities a little bit. But, ooh.
1, 2.
But yeah, I mean, the crowd likes the
1,
Yeats.
2.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing with wrestling sometimes, is that I feel like sometimes in order to get those meme moments or the moments that stick with people, you might have to get a little cringe from time to time just to get there.
Give up.
Super kick.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Ooh. Roll up.
1, 2.
Oh, fourth round again.
Fight.
Oh, back to the death lock.
Give up.
Oh, how's he holding on?
Give up.
Ooh.
1, 2.
Kick to the face.
3, 4.
Can he get up?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Ooh. Roll up.
1, 2. 1, 2.
With the lariat.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, Richards gets the win. 90. Nice. Next match. Let's see what we have here. After that match, one of the main eventers is shown in highlights of his 6-match winning streak, including beating Charlie Haas after that. Now we got Jerry Lynn versus Zbyszko here. Okay, let's see how this one goes. Yeah, overall though, I am excited. I do like the new tag titles. Like, anything's gonna be way better than the red and blue titles they've been having for 12 years. The fact that those tag titles have been the thing for so long is so irksome, because they're just not a good design. But here's the thing, Vince has made it no secret when he was in charge, he did not like tag stuff. He didn't think it was worth a damn, really. So I think he was just like, just make it like that, it's fine, it's just tag shit. But it's so nice I knew they were gonna put the titles back, because there's no way they were gonna rebrand the big belts like they were and not do it with the tag titles. It wouldn't make a lick of sense at all. So now I have heard some people not care for the new designs. I heard a slight minority say they don't care for them that much, but there was also some light criticisms on the World and WWE titles when they came out, so you could take that for what it's worth. I will say this, I think their tag division right now is a lot stronger than when Triple H started taking over. I think they have done a good job in building up that tag division, and I think it's to the point where you could justify two tag titles. Like, I've heard a few people say that they don't think that the division's strong enough yet for two titles, but I think it is. Like, some of those tag teams are a bit newer, on the young side, but I think it's a great way to build that tag division up, because if they're gonna justify, because first of all they need to justify, if they're gonna justify having like the shows the way they're having it, 3 hours and stuff, they need the rosters for it. And if they're gonna have the rosters for it, they might as well, have some tag stuff going on. Yes, and a mid-card champ, I think, is what they got as well, because for each show, you got World/WWE, one of the two, you got a Women's World or a Women's WWE, then you have World Tag or WWE Tag, and then you have IC or US. So, you also got the Women's WWE Tag titles, too, that are floater titles. And I think they used to have tag titles on both shows, but they fused them to one. And even NXT doesn't have women's tag titles anymore. Yes. Oh, you can't forget the Pretty Deadly.
Give up. Give up.
Oh, what's the other one? I'm trying to remember what other tag teams there are. I mean, because if you think about it, there were 6 tag teams in that 6-pack challenge, but they all had to be other tag teams to get there. So you got 12 tag teams. which includes stables. Got ones within stables too. So there's a lot to work with. So each show's gonna have at least 6 to 8 tag teams to work with for a tag division for tag titles. No, they're pretty solid. It's just they've been booked as cowardly heels, but they're a good team. They just haven't really gone to that level yet. And let me look it up. I am curious.
Give up. Give up. Give up. One, two.
Yeah. Booked like jobbers. Oh yeah, they've lost a lot. Oh sweet, I found an article with the list. Tag teams or factions. So this is what's current. This is the current tag teams and factions in WWE right now. You got Alpha Academy. Apparently, Cedric Alexander and Adonis are a tag team, so that's 2. You got A-Town Down Under, Awesome Truth, Axum and Nathan Frazier are a tag team. Bayou Boys, The Bloodline, some of these are NXT teams. So I'll try to see. I'll try to exclude the NXT teams. Oh yeah, definitely. So Alpha Academy, A-Town Down, Awesome Truth, Bloodline, but I don't think they're going to be in the tag division unless the new guys are. Damage. Well, that's woman. That's Creed Brothers, Final Testament, Imperium. Inda Sure, which is Jinder Mahal's stable, Judgment Day, Latino World Order guys, the Legado del Fantasma guys, New Catch Republic, New Day, OC, but they're in NXT, Pretty Deadly, The Pride, which include the Street Profits, technically the Viking Raiders, but one of them's been hurt for a long time. DIY. Oh, so yeah. 95, nice. Zbyszko getting the win. No, because they're kind of under like they're because with Lashley they're kind of doing like a mock Hurt Business kinda. It's kind of the same thing as the Hurt Business a little bit. Man, that stable should have gone on longer than it did. I know a lot of people say that, but it should have. Let's see, next match. Main event. Before the main event, the announcer informs us that Shelton Benjamin has requested interview time next week and has been granted. So, the main event, SWA title on the line in a 10-round match. He will be facing off against Robinson here. Billy Robinson. Alright, let's see how it goes. You know what, let me look up the WWE, the Raw and SmackDown rosters, because I feel like that'd be a better way to measure. Oh, really? Is it? Interesting. I didn't realize they were doing a... Yeah. That last article was the best one I could find, but overall, I think they got enough for 2 tag titles and I think they got enough tag teams to have a Raw and SmackDown tag division and it'd be justifiable. As long as they add a couple more along the way. Yeah, I don't know, if they're doing a draft, man. Because I know last year they announced the new titles. Did they announce the new titles before the draft last year or after the draft? I don't remember. But it is kind of weird timing to do that. Unless, well, here's the thing. I could see them maybe like switching the titles, like maybe have the world titles go to SmackDown and WWE titles go to Raw. They could do that. I love that they switched from the SmackDown branded, Raw branded stuff to just World and WWE, because then you can have title champions change shows without doing that stupid, awkward title exchange that they did. Like, remember when Becky and Charlotte, like they were both champions of a show and they switched shows? They had to do this awkward thing where they had to switch titles. It was so stupid. It's just like, if you just had one in the world and one WWE, you could have done it without any of this mess. British fall. Although I will say, if you are gonna, I feel like the standard practice has always been, if you switch the World and W champs on the shows, you switch the tag ones as well. But I don't think you necessarily need to do that. Ooh, top rope dragon suplex. Damn.
3, 4.
I think you can like have one like if you're gonna go to like SmackDown, I think you could have a world title on SmackDown and keep the W titles on there, and I think it'd still be okay, but I think it just depends. Wow, Haas just retains lightning quick. Robinson. That top rope dragon suplex must have done something to him. You know what, for a 6-minute show, you got a 75. That's not bad, you know, for a 6-minute match. Because typically a 6-minute match, it'll cost you popularity points, because it'll definitely be below 70. But you kind of got a little luck there with that one. You even got the ref bonus of credits, because you got at least 2 matches in the 90s. Yep, 6C. So now we're gonna calculate the show here, see how well everyone did. Yeah, the guys retained. The Bobby Heenan camp is looking strong right now. There has the gold, has the power. Alright, so... Alright, you got an 87, not bad. Alright, like I said earlier, I do plan on streaming TBF tonight. That is the plan. I'm gonna try not to have it at midnight like the last time I was gonna do too, which was the night before last, but you never know. If it happens like that, it happens like that. It's not a big deal. But yeah, there's not a lot to set up with TBF. I just gotta put the ring together. Robinson, the Charles Robinson will be the ref for TBF. He'll be easy to put in. So it won't take a lot of work or anything to do it. Um, but yeah, so definitely another stream tonight, and I will update the streaming schedule for the next few days during that stream as well. But yeah, outside of all of that though, that's gonna do it for this specific stream here. Thanks for watching, guys. In case you guys wanted to chat with anyone at the camping company, you didn't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. First one is we have a Discord channel. You can find the link there in the About page / About section of our channel. We also have a community tab in our channel as well. You can access that anywhere at any time. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.